Hello scholars, welcome back to the Kemet Maasai Academy channel. We're continuing our series of motivational videos for students. As usual, I'm reading from the Student's Master Plan, Hardcore Rules for a Lifetime of Success. The topic that I'm looking at now is a jury of your peers. How important is it to have the validation of your peers? It is important, but not essential. To begin with, move with people who share your values and your drive. They need not have the same ambition as you, but they should have ambition. You need not all share the same religious persuasion, lifestyle, or background, but there should be a level of compatibility. If you start out with a group of people who think more or less along the same lines, then the likelihood of conflict is diminished. But even among this clique, your crew as you lovingly refer to them, every now and again something will come up that might put you at odds. There are two emotions that can never be forced. You can never force someone to trust you or to respect you. No one can force you to trust or respect them. No matter how you love them, no matter if they're family, no matter how long you've been friends, no matter if you are in the same peer group. If your friend has behaved in such a way as to make you lose respect or trust for him or her, the first thing you should do is to let them know this. Let them know that it is no longer in your hands. You cannot trust or respect someone who does not deserve it. Your heart might want to, but your brain won't let you. The most important thing when dealing with other people is to listen to your gut and trust your instincts. And if they keep insisting on a position that goes against what your heart tells you is right, then understand that what might be right for them is not necessarily right for you, even if they are your best friends. There are situations when I do not bother to ask people questions because, depending on who it is and what the deal is, I trust my instincts more than I trust their response. So I just don't bother. It is reassuring when we find that our peers agree with our decision, but the need for conformity should never be the basis upon which you make those decisions. If your standards and integrity cause you to stick out like a sore thumb, by all means, stick out like a sore thumb. Now, this is very important because our peers have a heavy influence on us. That peer group is very influential. And if you stick around persons who are not upward moving, upward thinking, who are not committed to their studies, then more than likely you're going to fall behind. You're going to fall behind. Show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. Have you ever heard that saying? Show me your friends, just show them to me and I'll tell you who you are. So we associate people, we make judgments on them based on who they hang around, who we see them around most of the times. And really this rubs off on you, not just in terms of your reputation, but in how you actually start to behave, how you actually start to think. You can start off as a well-behaved, straight-A student, and if you stay in the company of students who are generally C's and D's and they're comfortable with that, they skip classes, they are truant, they misbehave in class. If you keep staying around these people, you have to be very, very strong not to fall into their habits. And why put yourself in that situation where you have to be fighting against the tide when you're around these people? You have to be, it's like you're literally going against the tide. Why would you put yourself in that position? No, you should go with the ones who are going where you are going. Go with the ones who want to graduate. Go with the ones who want to have a perfect GPA. Go with the ones who do their studying, put in the time to hone their skills, do their assignments, behave themselves, conduct themselves appropriately in class. Those are the ones you should stick with, because they will rub off on you. Your good habits will also rub off on them. You will complement each other. Now, when we talk about a jury of your peers, so this is a term that comes from the court system, right? Where, in a case, you are tried and the jury is selected, should be selected, ideally selected from persons who, the average person, so there should be no bias in terms of race and gender and age and, that kind of thing. And this is the ideal, but it is not always the case, right? Sometimes there is bias, there is prejudice in the persons who are selected to make a judgment on us. And it's the same thing in the classroom. We should ideally have, persons who are like us, everybody working towards a goal, everybody participating in class, doing what they're supposed to do. That's the ideal situation. But that's not how it is. That's never been my experience in a classroom where everybody was motivated, everybody was doing what they're supposed to do. You always had that set who were rowdy, who were negligent, who were disrespectful to the teacher, who did not do their assignments. And so you, as a student who wanted to achieve and wanted to do what you were sent to school to do, you had to make a concerted effort to avoid these persons. And even if you were on terms with them, like hi, the casual being polite, but you always had to be alert to the fact that you don't want to fall into their, because they will pull you in and they will swirl you around, to get you to where they are. And many times the persons who are in these groups, sometimes some of them do their work. They have found a way to balance the two things, still do their work and carry on. But some of the ones who they wheel into that, pull into that, they aren't able to balance it. And they quickly get caught up in it and then just completely lose track of the academics, right? Some of the die-hard ones who are in the clique or in the posse or the gang or whatever, they are really smart. They are really smart and they know how to get ahead, and you'll be surprised. You see them excelling, you see them graduating, and then the poor little ones who get pulled in just can't manage, and they get expelled, they get into all kind of trouble. So as important as the peer system is, the peer group is very important, because that's our friends. Those are our friends. Those are who we share experiences with, on a day-to-day basis. And it's part of our growing up. It adds to our overall growth and development from the early years straight up through adolescence into adulthood. Peer groups are important, but we must be vigilant, because the peer group has very, very strong influence. And if we associate with the wrong peers, it can really derail us. It can derail us to the point where we lose complete track of our academics, and it's downhill from there. So try to balance things and try to be alert to the influence of those who are around you in your same age group, very heavily influential group. Or if you have been motivated by this video, please share it so other students and parents and teachers can benefit as well. Remember, subscribe to the Kemet Maasai Academy. We have the motivational videos, and we also have mathematics videos from grade 4 to grade 11. So this is something that you should take advantage of. Share those videos also so students can benefit. Anyone who you know is struggling in mathematics, needs some extra help, needs some guidance, share the videos so that they can benefit as well. And my scholars, I'll see you in the next video.